Imagine being thousands of feet beneath the ocean's surface. No sunlight, no escape. Your breathing is heavy. The pressure outside could crush a car like paper. And then something brushes past your leg. Was it a fish or something far worse? This isn't a movie. These are the true nightmares of deep-sea divers. People who have ventured into the darkest corners of our planet, only to find that the abyss stares back. From encounters with terrifying creatures to complete equipment, failure and utter blackness. This is what happens when the ocean turns against you. Are you ready to descend into the fears that haunt the minds of even the bravest divers? This isn't just a list. These are the worst nightmares that really happen. At depths of over 1,000 meters, water pressure becomes the enemy. One diver recalled hearing a high-pitched ping before watching his submersible window crack. At that depth, even the smallest flaw in equipment could mean instantaneous death. You don't drown, you implode. Your lungs, eyes, and even bones would be pulverized in milliseconds. Divers often report hallucinations when staying at such depths for too long. Not from fear, but from the nitrogen narcosis that creeps into the brain like a fog, making you see things that aren't there. Or worse, making you trust things that shouldn't be. One diver operating in the Atlantic Ridge described something that has haunted his dreams for decades. It had human eyes, he said. Not fish eyes, human eyes. Looking at me like it knew what I was. He was inspecting a hydrothermal vent when a long, eel-like shape emerged from a fissure. It didn't swim like a fish, it slithered, twisting and moving in unnatural angles. Its face was vaguely humanoid, mouth too wide, and eyes that locked onto him like it was curious or hungry. Was it an undiscovered species? A byproduct of radiation or volcanic evolution? No one knows. But that diver never went back. Navigation in the deep sea is like flying blind. One diver, working a wreck site, lost contact with his team after his light flickered and died. In complete darkness, sound is your only sense, he shouted. Nothing. Only the echo of his voice bouncing off twisted metal and stone. He drifted for 23 minutes, that's an eternity underwater. When rescuers finally reached him, he was floating just above a brine pool, disoriented and nearly out of air. Had he sunk just 2 more meters, he would have entered the toxic lake where nothing can survive. Imagine dying within reach of the surface, but being pulled down by a force you can't see or fight. The bloop, Julia, upsweep. Strange names for strange sounds recorded deep in the ocean, sounds louder than a blue whale, yet coming from no known creature or source. One diver recalled hearing something breathing over the sonar. Not mechanical, not human, just breathing. Long inhales, short exhales, and then silence. When divers hear the bloop, they describe a pressure in their chest, as if something is watching or waiting. Some scientists claim it's ice shifting or undersea quakes, but the recording suggests something alive and massive. Wreck dives are thrilling until they become tombs. A diver entered a sunken World War II submarine off the coast of Norway. Inside, rusted metal hung like curtains. He turned a corner and his air hose snagged on a pipe. Panic set in. He kicked, twisted, pulled, nothing worked. He blacked out for moments. When he awoke, he saw a diver's hand on his shoulder. But he was alone. By the time rescue divers reached him, the mark of a gloved hand was still on his suit, and no other diver had entered the wreck. Ghost, hallucination, or something worse. The last nightmare doesn't come from a creature. It comes from inside. Divers sometimes experience what's called the rapture of the deep. Nitrogen narcosis takes over, and they feel euphoric. Some remove their masks. Others swim toward the dark, thinking they're going toward light. One diver was found curled in a fetal position near a trench wall, eyes open, smiling. His logs showed that he had ignored warnings, convinced that he had found the way out. The deep sea isn't just home to monsters, it is the monster. So now you know. The worst nightmares of deep-sea divers aren't just fear of drowning, they're encounters with the unknown, the unknowable, and the unexplainable. If you think you could dive into the abyss and return untouched, ask yourself, what if something follows you back?